Hi, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike, and I have another review for you from Ablaze Comics. This is Porcelain, issue number 4, specifically Maria Llovet's Porcelain. She did the writing and the art of the book, and then we got letters by Suida Temofonte. At the end of this review, I will show you all some of the art. Basically, this story is about Beryl and her cat, and one day while taking a walk, they get sucked into this magical dollhouse that's owned by this like doll maker queen type of entity, the villain of the book. And once you get sucked into this house, it's basically a hide and seek type of game. And it kind of goes either way. If you can get out of the house, you go back to your normal life. But if this queen, doll maker queen, kind of touches you, you get your soul and you get stuck in this like house forever. As the book gets started, we end up meeting this guy named Axel, and he has been running loose in this house, playing this twisted version of hide and seek for we don't even know how long. He has lost track of how long he has been in the house because it has a magical type of entity inside the house. The house is always changing, and it changes up based on you, like depending on your choices and stuff. It's always trying to trick you and lead you back to this doll maker, like interest that's the villain of the book. In the very last issue, we had ran into her. I mean, the hide and seek game has gone on for like 3 issues, and at the very end, the doll queen had finally found Beryl and Axel, and basically it's this run for your life type of situation. And right off the bat, we see the cat jumps in and defends Beryl, and Beryl ends up taking off, running back through the Tatros door. There's a lot of Greek lettering that goes throughout the house. Adios or adios and Tatros is mentioned quite a lot. But she does run through that door, and it's supposed to be like one of the more difficult paths in the house. But there's a lot of like a bunch of moments in the book where we do see that she is almost captured, and they basically like Axel, he gets eventually like captured. I don't know if he gets necessarily touched, but he does get captured, and we do hear that if this doll maker queen kind of captures Beryl or touches her, not even captures but touches her, that her soul will be stuck there forever. And kind of through a lot of running around, but at the very end of the book, basically we do see that Beryl finally is touched, and it's kind of like this mind explosion, like, and it's hard to make sense what the book's trying to tell you, but you just have to imagine it's like this trip or whatever that she goes on once she gets touched. As far as I could tell, it doesn't really specifically show you anything. It looks like moments from her life or something like that leading up to the point where she is right now. The art in the book is just beautifully done. I mean, it just adds into more of the trip that is this book. And basically after she gets touched, she kind of has this like mind-blowing experience or whatever, and then when she finally comes out of it, she's kind of like tied up to this cross, arms and legs, and she's basically, it's not just her, but there are other, like, there's like a doll that's right next to her, and we see that, like, eventually it's not even like this doll maker queen. She has this, like she kind of moves through the house and gets things to interact with Beryl, like, without even having to touch her or anything. But we did, like, she moves her arm and some skeleton hands come up behind her and touch Beryl kind of thing. But like I said, there's a whole like magical entity, but basically where the book eventually kind of gets to is this doll maker was about to try and take out Beryl's heart, and she even does this like mock, like kind of experiment with this other doll and shows her like how easy it's going to be and blah blah blah. I mean, there's no blood, it's just a doll, and she even takes out this like Kleenex looking heart or whatever. But eventually she's about to plunge the knife in Beryl's chest, and the cat comes to the rescue again, scratching the doll maker, and eventually allowing Beryl to get out of her restraints and kind of take off running again. But as soon as she does, she's just encountered by, like, it's another entity, but it just looks like a different version of this doll maker queen. But that's kind of where this book leaves off at. I mean, so far this book, it's not bad. It's so weird, but it's good. Like the main premise is basically this hide and seek type of game that's going on, but all the imagery and everything, and all, you know, trying to piece together the story has been some of the funnest parts of this book. And normally that could be seen as a bad thing, but for me, in my opinion, it's just added to the exploration of what's really going on. Every book, I find myself looking for Easter eggs and stuff like that, stuff that the you know, that the writer and well, I mean, it's the same person, but what Maria's trying to tell us, you know, kind of thing. But I'll show you some of the art and I'll let y'all go on y'all's way. Got more reviews coming. I'm trying to finally get caught up, so I'll be dropping a lot. But I'm just gonna go through and show you some of the random art that's in the book, the glorious art that's in the book. I love all this. This is like when she finally gets touched. This is like the mind explosion scene. It's completely different from all the other panels in the book. If you can tell, it almost like this black, white, and red kind of imagery. But that is basically it, guys. I think we got like 1 or 2 more issues left of the series, so I'm looking forward to how it's gonna play out. But y'all have a great one. I will see y'all later. Bye, guys.